Power Rangers has its episodes where the current team up with the previous one, and sometimes you would have specials with Rangers from different seasons teaming up with the current ones. These episodes can be really good and have a fantastic concept. They also provide really good character interactions, and today I'm here to talk about my top 5 Power Rangers team ups. So here we go. Number 5, we have Time for Lightspeed, the team up with Time Force and Lightspeed Rescue. Time Force is a fantastic series and definitely in my top 3 favourites. As for Lightspeed Rescue, I haven't seen it in years since the 2000s, but I remember it being pretty good. The story is Vapra has returned from the dead and wants to get a powerful crystal to destroy the Rangers. She teams up with Rancic and they make a plan to stop the Rangers, and Carter Grayson finds the Time Force team and tells them that they need help from the Lightspeed Rescue team. Now this is a really solid team up. I really like the way the story told itself, and I think the character interactions are pretty good too. I also like the pacing. It doesn't really feel rushed, and I think they fit the 20-minute runtime perfectly. And we actually got to see what the Lightspeed Rescue team get up to after the finale. Take notes, history and wormhole. I also like the ending. It's very sweet and just pretty cool. I think the climax is pretty good, and the team-up shot is pretty damn awesome, as the suits are similar and they all look pretty awesome together. My issue though is that Vapra is a pretty terrible and her acting was pretty bad too. I don't really have many other issues, as I just think it's a solid team up and it was executed well in the 20-minute runtime surprisingly. It does what it needs to do and it does it well, and it doesn't feel rushed thankfully. It's just a really solid team up and I really like it for what it is. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I don't have many flaws apart from Vapra, but it's a solid team up and definitely worth a watch. Number 4, Dimensions in Danger, the 25th anniversary special from Super Ninja Steel. Now I haven't seen the Ninja Steel seasons and I don't plan to, but I did want to see the team up because I had Trent and a lot of great classic Rangers. It aired on PopMax back in May and I got pretty excited. I even rewatched it recently on Netflix and I have to say I really love this team up. The story is Lord Draymond has captured Rangers from different dimensions and is using them to make evil Ranger robots. It's up to the Ninja Steel Rangers to team up with Tommy, West, Gemma and Coda to free the trapped Rangers and stop Lord Draymond. I really loved the story of the episode and I loved how it was paced. It didn't feel rushed and it felt a lot longer than 22 minutes. It genuinely did feel like a two-parter and I think it worked so well. They had to cram in loads of characters and story into one episode and they executed it so well, and you could tell they really cared about what they were doing. Sure, it would have been a lot better as a two-parter, but it's still fantastic for what it is. I adore the lighting. It's got a nice bluish grey lighting, but it fits the atmosphere of the episode, and it's got one of the best morphs in a Power Rangers team up.
Ninja, reveal! What?
Their odds just improved.
Unbelievable!
There are 10 of them!
Oh man! Now that is what I call Ranger power! Anybody know what time it is?
It's morphin' time! Ninja spin! Rangers ready!
Your invasion ends here, Draven!
I quite like the Ninja Steel team in this episode. Now I can't judge them as I've only seen one episode, but here they were pretty good and their acting isn't too bad either. But it's really nice to see characters like Trent, Rocky, Antonio, who haven't appeared in the franchise since their seasons, which is for a lot of years. The action is really great and the climax is pretty damn awesome. My biggest flaw though is that I wish there was a character interaction with Trent and Tommy. I wish there was something like when he was saved. I wish Trent said something like, "Dr. Oliver, it's you, I haven't seen you in a long time." And I also wish he had a line of dialogue in the climax. Like, it would have been awesome to hear "White Sword" after such a long time. Also, you can kind of tell when Tommy is Black Dino Thunder Ranger. You can sort of tell it's a different stuntman, especially in this shot. Although it's weird how on Netflix on TV they cut out the scene with Tommy having his helmet broken and when he fought the evil robot as Dino Thunder Black. I don't know why they did that. Although it got so damn awesome when Wes said they had to take a trip to Reefside.
It's time for a road trip to Reefside.
It just gets me so excited that he's still in the same area as we last saw him in, and I love that. It was a fantastic team up and I'm really glad I saw it. I may not have interest in Ninja Steel along with the Power Rangers after Super Samurai, but I had a blast with Dimensions in Danger and I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Number 3, Reinforcements from the Future. The team up with Wild Force and Time Force. This is a well-praised team up and is considered to be one of the Power Rangers franchise's highlights, and I can see why. The story is we learned that a long time ago Rancic had created these mutant orgs and they have returned and attacked the planet. Wes, Eric and Jen team up with the Wild Force Rangers, and now the Time Force team must travel from 3000 to 2002 to defeat the mutant orgs. This, in my opinion, is what SBD's history and wormhole should have been. A two-parter episode with stuff to continue from the previous team and a lot of character interactions. The story is executed really well and feels very exciting to see the Time Force cast again. And what I love is how it not only continues Time Force, but it also does an excellent job concluding it. The ending of this team up, despite using a cringy pop song, is really satisfying and a lovely conclusion for the Time Force story. I even say that Reinforcements from the Future is better than all of Time Force. I really love Wes has now grown up and he's more mature since the last time we saw him. This is a fantastic episode and it's definitely a worthy team up for the Time Force team. You even get a really funny moment with Max and Danny.
With the Time Force guys on our side, we can take them. Hey, never give up, right? Never give up. Yeah, 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 yeah! Max, I'm sorry.
However, it does have some issues. The camera shot with Taylor earlier in part 1 is horribly dated.
Taylor especially like the Quantum Ranger, huh? Yeah! Relax.
Max!
It is so damn corny. The moment where Wes and Cole are talking in the car about other Rangers, while it's a really cool scene, but you can see the warning stickers inside the car, which is just hilarious. And the green screen effects in the Mutant Org's backstory are just terrible, but then again, it's 2002, so that's to be expected. The fight scene at end of part 1 is also pretty sloppy and just doesn't really feel all that exciting. And while the climax is pretty good in part 2, it just goes by really short and the end of it just feels like a rehash for Time for Lightspeed. And I honestly wish it had the same pacing as the Thunderstorm climax, but it does have an awesome morph sequence and roll call.
Ready! World access! Let's do it! Time Force! Time Force! Quantum power! Blazing line!
Noble Tiger!
Iron Bison! Surgeon Shark!
Soaring Eagle!
Howling Wolf! Power Rangers! Wild Force! Time Force Red!
Time Force Yellow!
Time Force Blue! Time Force Green!
Time Force Pink!
Quantum Ranger! Power Rangers! Time Force! Power Rangers! Unite!
And it sucks that you don't see Mirror at all until the climax. Oh well, but the Unmorph fight in part 2 was really epic. This is a really good episode and I like the chemistry between Taylor and Eric. That was pretty good. So yeah, it's a really great team up and definitely a worthy epilogue and conclusion to Time Force and definitely worthy of its praise. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Number 2, Forever Red, the 10th anniversary special from Wild Force. This is a really popular episode, so popular it was even on the Ultimate Collection of Power Rangers DVD released by Disney back in 2003, which I actually had in my childhood, and I watched this episode a lot back then, and it's a very nostalgic episode to me. The episode is definitely worthy of all the praise it's get. This is an incredible team up with Power Rangers. The story is General Vengex has created a machine called the Serpentera, and it's a really powerful Zord that can easily destroy planet Earth. Cole is joined by Carter Grayson along with other Red Rangers who are being led by none other than Tommy Oliver, and the 10 Red Rangers must team up to stop Serpentera. This has a really cool concept of 10 Red Rangers teaming up in an anniversary episode, and who doesn't like that, as Red is the leader of the Power Rangers, except for Tommy and the original Mighty Morphin. And red is my favourite colour. It's also paced really well and it doesn't feel rushed, thankfully. The character interactions, while being very brief, are really good, and the return of Jason is pretty damn awesome, and it's a lot better than that. The villains are pretty good and are quite intimidating. The fight scenes are awesome, especially the climax, and the morph sequence is so good.
Morphin' time! Tyrannosaurus! Mighty Morphin Power Ranger! Morphin' time! Red Seal Ranger! Ah! Shift into turbo! Red Turbo Ranger! Yeah! Let's rock it! Red Space Ranger! Go! Galactic! Go! Galactic! Blade speed! Rescue! Red Lightspeed Ranger. Yeah. Time for Time Force. Time Force. Yeah. Quantum power. Quantum Ranger. Yeah. World access. Yeah. Red One Force Ranger.
Red Alien Ranger. Yeah!
All right, guys, let's do it.
This is a really big love letter to Power Rangers and a great way to celebrate its 10th anniversary. It sucks that Rocky isn't here, but he did come back for Dimensions in Danger, and the CGI is absolutely terrible. Oh Jesus man, that CGI is absolutely garbage. But this is a really, really good team up and definitely the best team up for Wild Force. I actually did like Reinforcements from the Future better at first, but now on rewatch I like Forever Red better. The fights are just better, although the Unmorphed fights are on par. This is a great watch for old school fans of Power Rangers and definitely a fantastic watch for newcomers, and it's a lot better than these ones. I'm going to give Forever Red a 10 out of 10. And number 1 is Thunderstorm, the team up with Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm. There is so much that makes Thunderstorm the best Power Rangers team up for me. The story is Lothar has returned from the Abyss of Evil and has created Dark Wind Morphers and tricks Shane, Tori and Dustin into collecting them and turning them evil. The core 3 Ninja Storm Rangers are now evil and give big damage on the Dino Rangers. It's up to Cam, Blake and Hunter to find the original powers of the Ninja Storm team to bring Shane, Tori and Dustin back and team up with the Dino Thunder to defeat the baddies. Like Reinforcements from the Future, this is a really genuine sequel / epilogue to Ninja Storm and even tops it. We get so much for what happens after Ninja Storm, and the idea of turning evil worked so well, and it was executed brilliantly. Lothar, I think, was at his best here. He did feel evil, and his fight with Mesogog was fantastic. The character interactions were good too. We don't see much of Trent, but the interaction we got with Trent and Cam was awesome.
Let's give it to them. Super Samurai mode. Super Dino mode.
Now that scene with the Ninja Storm theme playing is beyond amazing. It always gets me hyped. The climax is absolutely fantastic and beats all the Ninja Storm fight scenes, and it really feels like two teams are fighting together, and it is just awesome. I even think the ending is a satisfying conclusion for the Ninja Storm characters, as this is the last time we see them, except for Tori. It's a shame that the SPD team up wasn't like this, but oh well. This is a fantastic team up and definitely the best team up of Power Rangers in my opinion, and I'm going to give Thunderstorm a 10 out of 10. It is just so good. So, that's my top 5 Power Rangers team-ups. What is your top 5? Let me know in the comments below, stay tuned for my next video, and skadoosh everyone, and take care.